Welcome back to Casey's Garage, and today, as you can tell, we got the trailer hooked up. We're heading to Copart, and we're going to go pick up yet another project. But before we leave to go get the car, I just want to take a moment and thank all of those who have followed my channel from day one. I wasn't really anticipating really even getting subscribers. I was kind of doing it for fun, but it's been a fun process so far, and I want to keep the channel going. So that's why I keep on buying these random cars. But I do have a very special car. It's not an exotic car. It's not a Lambo or Ferrari or anything like that, though that'd be cool. But I do have a very special car that is actually just right behind me here, behind the building, that I'm ready to reveal. I want to start working on it and getting it rebuilt or restored, hint hint. But I want to wait till we get to 1,000 subs. So let's see if we can get 1,000 subs, and we'll do a big reveal. And guys, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this project. I know I will. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of content. But for now, let's go ahead and go get this Honda and get it loaded up, get it back, and then we'll walk around it and see if we got a good buy or not. Alright, so after a little delay, they were fixing potholes in the middle of the highway, so they had 2 of the lanes closed down, and that's what backed up traffic. So now we're past that. We are actually approaching Copart as we speak, so I'll go in here and give them the paperwork, and we'll get that Honda loaded up and get it home. Holy moly, guys. It is soupy out here. I think I'm gonna have them get the car in the trailer, then we're gonna pull this out in the parking lot and get it all strapped up, because yikes. Alright guys, we're all loaded up here, and we'll go ahead and get home, and then we'll walk around the car and get a close look and see what we got. But before we do, check out the what's that, Lambo up there? Or Ferrari? I don't know my exotics, but I think that might be a Lambo. Pretty sweet. Maybe that'll be our next build. Okay, so it was pretty late last night when we got this back, so I went ahead and got the straps taken off, and I did peek under the hood to check the fluid levels before I left, and they all looked good. I was going to show you guys here just now, but the hood is stuck, so we'll mess with that here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and start it up and get it off the trailer, and then we'll kind of do a walk around, and I'll show you some of the little things I've noticed already, and kind of go from there. Alright, so it started right up. It sounds pretty good. I don't hear any lifter ticks or planks or anything that shouldn't be there. Can't open the hood right now, but I think really though, guys, I think it sounds pretty good. And it does have coolant in it, so it's safe to run. The accident didn't damage the radiator at all. In fact, it really didn't do much. All it did is kind of push the upper core support back a little bit where the hood latch is. And of course the hood is messed up, and then I don't think the bumper is messed up from the actual accident that pulled this out, but it does have some damage to it. I'll show you that here in a little while. But let's go ahead and get this off the trailer.
It's always fun doing this by yourself where you can't see if you're on the ramp or not. I guess you guys can see it. Let me know if I'm about to crash.
Okay, so now that I got the hood open, let's go ahead and I'll double check everything and show you guys the engine bay here. And radiator's loose. Oh, because the bolts are missing. And then we'll start it back up. And I gotta keep an eye on my dogs here. I got 2 Bostons and they are full of energy. Okay, so let's check the oil first. Again, I checked this last night. It was kind of dark, so I couldn't really see real well. But it is full of oil. Of course, I just started it to back it off the trailer, so it might take a minute for it to settle down the pan again. But the oil looks good. And looking underneath, I don't see any drips. I don't see any drips on my trailer either, so I don't think we have any fluid leaks, which is a good sign. Let me check this here. Even though the oil looks good on the dipstick, everything looks pretty good in there. It's got coolant in it. It does need to be added. I don't think it's leaking, but I think it's just low. And let's check the tranny. Put that back in there. One nice thing about working on older cars is they actually do have a transmission dipstick. A lot of your newer cars, as you guys know probably already, but a lot of your new cars don't have it anymore. They kind of force you to go to the dealer, which kind of sucks. Kind of like the Dodge Adventure we have. It does not have a dipstick. Let me pull that out again, take a look here. Yep, and I don't know if you see it on camera, but it is pink. I'll recheck this after it's been sitting for a little bit, let everything kind of sit back in the pans. But, because when I checked it yesterday, it looked like the levels are a little bit fuller, but it's just because we just ran it. Alright, so there's that. It's got brake fluid. Let's go ahead and start it up, guys. I'll let you guys listen to it with the hood open. Alright. So it's got the 2.4-liter IE-Tech engine. I don't know a whole lot about Honda, so I don't know if that's a good engine or not. I know this does come with V6 as well. But I don't see any excessive vibrations. I don't hear any weird noises that shouldn't be there. I'm going to go in and give it a couple of revs. Guys, I think it sounds pretty good. I want to show you the one thing I just noticed on the door seal as I got in the car. And I'll leave that up for now, but well, one thing, here's the interior. Pretty clean, seats are in great shape. But one thing I noticed here, if you look down, this car has been salvaged before and rebuilt. Yeah, so on the Copart listing, I didn't have a whole lot of time to look at the listing because this car popped up and I did not do any research on it, so I guess that's on me. But you know, I'm kind of irritated with the listing because it said salvage title, but it didn't mention anything about a rebuild history or salvage history. And you know, I've seen a lot of cars on there before at auction that have had a salvage title previously, and then they mention it in the listing. So if I would have saw that and noticed that, I wouldn't even bid on this car. I mean, I really don't necessarily mind it having a salvage title, but I would definitely would have wanted to go out and inspect the car before bidding on it. Thankfully, we only paid, I think, $450 for this car out the gate. I think it was like $799. But and one other thing is on the photos on the listing. One of the photos it had, which I'll show right here. As you guys can see, there is a picture of the VIN sticker, and that's it. And right below the VIN sticker is the tire information. Hey guys, stay on the car. I know you want to help. Yeah, you do. You just want to help, don't you? You outstretching your legs. You outstretching your legs. Yes. But right below that sticker, so here's what we're talking about, is a rebuilt sticker. So I felt like they obviously were trying to hide that information so they didn't lose bids on the car, and that's kind of, I don't want to say shady, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below and tell me what you guys would do if you were in this situation. Should I contact Copart and try to see if they'll take the car back or what? But before we get too upset, let's go ahead and just take a look around the car and let's see what it looks like. So, I mean, for the most part, I mean, the car looks just like it did in the pictures. But here, I think, guys, is where the previous accident was, which did not show up in the pictures at all. Right here, let's get up close, this quarter panel, you can see this cracking, and some cracking here, and that is a pretty clear sign that this is some Bondo work that didn't take, and we're getting some cracking from it. So I think right here is probably where, right here, yeah. This is probably where the previous accident was and what totaled out the first time. And again, this is not a very expensive car. I mean, so we can't spend a whole lot of money on it fixing it. What would you guys do? Would you try to contact Copart and see if they'll take the car back? Is it worth fixing? Or should we just suck it up and go ahead and fix the car and have some fun with it? I mean, it does seem to run pretty nice, so maybe we'll go ahead and just take it for a spin around the neighborhood and see how it drives, make sure it shifts. But before we do, let's go ahead and look over the rest of the car. I still need to check out the trunk and see, hopefully it's some headlights back there, because I don't see any headlights on the front. Maybe some parts. Alright, well, at least the trunk release worked. Oh yeah, we do have some headlights. Are they broke? This one doesn't look broke. That's a heavy light though. That looks like the driver's side right there. And I don't see that it's busted at all, so that's a good sign. Alright, that's good. We'll set this over here out of the car. And let's take a look at the other one underneath here. It looks like we got the grill as well. Yeah, neither headlight. Yeah, guys, neither headlight is busted, so I don't know. I mean, this might be an easy fix, just except for that Bondo work over here. I'm not sure what to do about that. So I think the only way to fix that is to sand that down and chip out that Bondo and then refinish it and paint it. And I don't know if it's worth that. Let's go back over here. Check out the grill. They got some lines on there. Oh, is that metal? Plastic. They have some line. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to hold this and hold the camera, but it looks like it might be bent in just a little right there. It's really not that big of a deal. Might fit this back on the car and see what it looks like, because that is not a big deal. I don't see any broken clips or anything on the back side of it. And it looks like we got a nice trunk mat here. Yeah, got the trunk mat. Dogs might use that as a bed. What you think, Layla? Is that your new bed? You guys need a drink of water, don't you? You need a drink of water. All right, let's pause for a minute. These dogs have been running around and they are super thirsty, so let me go ahead and get them some water. Happy dog. Happy dog. Alright, back to the car. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these headlights back on, get the front end kind of put back together, and kind of see how it all looks. I can tell that way over here the fender is pushed in just a little, so we should be able to fix that. I just want to kind of put it back together so we can kind of take it for a spin around the neighborhood here and see how it drives. Well guys, I was going to go ahead and get the bumper on, but somebody took my rug. Okay, so there you have it. This car is done. Let's go ahead and go get it polished up and maybe drive around a little bit and we'll list it for sale. I wish it was that simple. No, but we are going to go ahead and jump in the car and just drive it up the road here and see how it shifts and everything. And if it's mechanically sound, I'll start sourcing some parts, a hood, maybe a bumper. The bumper is actually in pretty good shape, but there is a spot on the bottom. I don't know if you can get it on camera, where whoever had this before me hit a curb or something and broke the bumper. So a little piece missing there. We could probably cut some plastic out. And in fact, that's probably what we'll do because you can't see it. And if I can find another bumper that's the same color, just to save me time, I'll probably go ahead and buy it. But the obvious thing it needs is a hood. I didn't put the grill on, it's in the trunk, because we're going to have to take all that back off. But the only concern I have again is this area back here where a previous accident or something happened over here and they bonded it. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and let's see how she drives. Okay, we'll have to make this somewhat quick. My GoPro battery is about to die, but I can't remember if I showed you guys the instrument panel here, because we have 148,002 miles. We have no dash lights or no engine lights or anything. That's just the seatbelt, obviously. Let's go ahead and take it for a spin and see how she drives and shifts. Guys, so far She runs pretty good. The tires are a little, you know, just from sitting, they're a little, I don't know, called warped or whatever. So they're smoothing out as we drive. But I don't know. She might be worth fixing. It's just too. Oh, one other thing I'll show you guys: the headliner sagging. But the only thing that, you know, kind of sucks is that back quarter panel that wasn't disclosed in the, you know, in the pictures or whatnot. But I don't know. Again, guys, let me know what you guys think about the 2007 Honda here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, once we get to 1,000 subs, I have a very special project, and we'll start working on it. But until then, we've got a few projects to finish. So, and if you want the inside scoop before YouTube, don't forget to check out Casey's Garage TV on Instagram, where we will try to remember to post pictures. I got some catching up to do on some videos, so I'm going to go ahead and take this back and head home and work on some editing. So until then, catch you next time.